Today we're going on a driving tour of Downtown Lafayette. Now, Downtown Lafayette is bordered on the south by South Street, which we're currently heading east on, away from the Wabash River and West Lafayette. On the north side, it's bordered by Ferry Street. On the east side, the direction that we're heading, it's bordered by 11th Street. And on the west side, bordered by the Wabash River. Now, as we head east, we'll see on our left one of the city parking garages. And coming up on our right here is the Holiday Inn City Center, the only hotel in downtown Lafayette. Now, a lot of people talk about the difficulty of parking here in downtown Lafayette, but we'll talk more about that. Coming up here on our right, we have the main branch of the Tippecanoe County Public Library. The Tippecanoe County Public Library has 4 branches. This is the main branch. Now, as I was saying, there's always complaints about, it's so hard to park in downtown Lafayette, and I just don't find that to be the case. There's plenty of on-street parking that's all marked for 2-hour parking during the day so that people come and go as they finish their trips downtown. But there are also several city and county-owned parking garages that are paid during business hours during the week, but after 5 p.m. and on the weekends, they are free and open to the public. On the right-hand side, we have the Tippecanoe County Historical Society Genealogy Center. So if researching your family tree here in the area is of interest to you, you should go check that out. And finally, coming up here on our left is St. Mary Cathedral, the seat of the bishop of the Diocese of Lafayette in Indiana. Now we're coming up here to the eastern border of the downtown neighborhood, and we're going to turn and make our way back west on Columbia. Now, as we make the turn from 11th on to Columbia, we'll actually be able to look a little bit down the hill. And we'll see on our left, the other side, the steeple of St. Mary Cathedral. There are a number of old buildings, both residential and commercial, here in the downtown neighborhood. Many of them with historic plaques, so if you're into that sort of thing, you should definitely come and check it out. Now, heading west back down Columbia, this is the way that you would head through town if you were heading to West Lafayette. And you can see, coming up on our left, this glass building here is the elevator structure for the brand new Lafayette Public Safety Building. And on the left, right here, this brick facade was actually the original facade of one of the buildings that was torn down. And the tall structure here is the Public Safety Building itself. This is the new home of the Purdue, the new home of the Lafayette Police Department. But it's also designed to be a community space. There are community meeting rooms, and there's a green space where you can hold outside events. It's a pretty cool new building. It's just open at the time of this recording. You can see we're heading back into the heart of downtown, into the commercial district, if you will. And that spire just peeking up over the buildings and to our right is the top of the Tippecanoe County Courthouse, originally built in 1885, and it is still the tallest building here in downtown Lafayette. Still has active courtroom and county buildings, county offices inside of it. The county office building is on our left here. And then following that is the Tippecanoe County Public Garage. This building on our right, the Mark, is a brand new development here in downtown Lafayette. It's across the street from the Chase Bank building that you can see, one of the iconic tall high-rises that you can see on the Lafayette skyline. But that Mark building on the side on the river actually has a boardwalk that's open to the public, and just after that, to its left, is the Big 4 train depot. Now we are turning back east to head back up Main Street, and Main Street is really the heart and soul of downtown Lafayette. All sorts of restaurants, local businesses are located here on Main Street. I'll try to call out a few as we drive down, but I'm not doing justice to downtown and the amount of fun stuff there is to do here, just kind of giving you an overview of what there is to see from the car. On our right here is where the Lafayette Farmers Market takes place every Saturday in the warmer months. We'll drive down that in a little while. The white building up to our left is the Lafayette Theater. It's a renovated movie theater that is now an event space owned by the city. The marquee at night lit up is quite something to see. Hammer Donuts on our right, one of my top donut places in town. The Lafayette Brew Co. on our left, one of the original brew co's here in town. If you enjoy locally brewed beer, you should definitely check it out. And as we pass this sculpture on our right, there's actually an art tour that's available for downtown Lafayette. It's worth the walk through the streets of downtown Lafayette just to check out the public art. And as we drive, you can kind of see the parking spaces on both sides of the street. On our right here, Ripple & Company is a great local restaurant that actually has an upstairs patio. Now we make our final turn on the east-west streets. We're going to turn left. We're going to turn west to head up west on Ferry Street, the northern boundary of the downtown neighborhood. Ferry Street is a lot more residential in nature than a lot of the rest of the streets. There are some businesses, of course, but it definitely has a more residential feel than Columbia, Main, and South Street do. Crossing over the intersection with 9th Street, which is a major north-south thoroughfare through the city. And here you can kind of start to get a taste for how residential this part of the neighborhood is. So the downtown area of Lafayette is not huge. It's no Chicago by any means, but it has a character and charm all to itself with a mix of large towering buildings and smaller period buildings as well. Lots of local restaurants and local businesses. As we continue heading west, we're passing the Fowler Apartments. These are senior apartments located here in the heart of downtown Lafayette. There are a few names that are going to pop up time and again here in the Lafayette area. On our left here is the U.S. Post Office, the Federal Building as well. Fowler, Loeb, Purdue, of course, Purdue University, but Purdue in other contexts as well, are names that pop up quite a bit because, of course, those were families that were keenly involved in the founding and early development of the community and the university. As we reach the western end of Ferry Street, we're going to turn north and go up and down the numbered streets. But here in front of us is the Big Four Depot, originally named because of the 4 railroads that stopped here. But currently Amtrak does maintain a presence here, and they stop several days a week. It's a quick trip up north to Chicago on Amtrak, or you can head south as well. This is a great view of the Chase Bank building. Dates back to the 60s, has had some facade renovation in between, but clearly a modernist building. And on our right is the Mark building that we were talking about earlier that has the riverfront boardwalk. The city's been doing a great job over the last few years of helping to open up the waterfront, the riverfront, the Wabash River to recreational opportunities to the community, and not just having it closed off by industry or by nature. Of course, nature is still there. There is the Wabash Heritage Trail that runs the length of the river from north of town to south of town. So that was heading south down 2nd Street. We're going to skip past 3rd Street because it's a one-way going the wrong way up to 4th Street. But there's a project that's going on right now that are converting these last 2 streets downtown from one-ways into 2-ways. The last of the north-south streets that are one-way. The 2 main streets, Columbia and South Street, will remain one-way streets. They are essentially Highway 26 as they come through Lafayette and they split. So those will be the last remaining one-way streets in Lafayette once this 3rd and 4th Street conversion project is done. So now we're heading back north on 4th Street, and we can again see the Tippecanoe County Courthouse with the statue Lady Liberty on top of the dome, making the courthouse still the tallest building in Lafayette. And there is the Federal building on the left as we make the turn. We're going to head south, back down 3rd Street that we skipped over just a moment ago because it is a one-way going the wrong way from where we were. So we're going to make the left here and head up 3rd Street. Now we're heading back south on 3rd Street. I'd love to be your local real estate resource of choice. If you're looking for a home here in the Lafayette area, please feel free to reach out to me. My number and email information are in the contact information below this video. Here again on our right, we passed it earlier, is the Tippecanoe County Office Building. So all of your county offices are located there. And as we come to the end of the street, we'll head east again. Now we've covered 3rd and 4th Streets, so we're going to hop on up to 5th Street and make the turn to head north on 5th Street. On our right here is a brand new building, and the redevelopment of Lafayette has been ongoing in the entire time that I've lived here for multiple decades now, and it is not one of those dying downtown areas. It is a vibrant area that is constantly reimagining and revitalizing itself. So living downtown is actually an option. There are many apartments and lofts. There are condos available. And we're going to come up to the northern end of the downtown neighborhood here. I'm going to make the right to head on over to 6th Street. And we're going to head back south on 6th Street. Now as we head south on 6th Street, we'll see the Lafayette Theater was there on our left, but we're approaching the Long Center. The Long Center is the performing arts center in downtown Lafayette. It was originally designed as a vaudeville/movie theater, but it has been renovated into a live theater, and you can see the Lafayette Symphony Orchestra. They have a theater organ, and it is also available for rental for outside groups. It's a fantastic gem of a theater in our downtown Lafayette community. Here in front of us, this Standard Oil building is actually an original gas station that has been renovated and restored and is actually now owned by the Tippecanoe County Public Library, and it is part museum / part sorting area for the library. We're going to head back north on the brick pavers, and you'll notice that around Lafayette there are a number of streets that are brick pavers. Some of the streets are actually relatively new brick pavers. They have been converted over to help maintain the charm and original feel of the downtown area. Now as we get to the eastern end of the downtown neighborhood, you'll see that we're going to have to make an early turn here. We've only reached Main Street. We haven't gotten all the way to Ferry, and the road takes a little jog here. So we're going to hop from 7th Street on up to 8th Street. The system of roads here in downtown Lafayette is, of course, a grid pattern, but as you get further east in the neighborhood, not everything quite perfectly aligns. So we'll take the little jog on 8th Street up to Ferry, and then we'll head over to 9th Street. 9th Street, as I was saying, is a main thoroughfare through the entire city. It stretches from the north side of Lafayette all the way out to I-65, north of town at exit 178, and it goes all the way south of town to well south of Veterans Memorial Parkway. So you can reach the entire width, or breadth rather, of Lafayette on this one street. But we're just exploring the downtown neighborhood part of 9th Street today. And that building that we just passed was a perfect example of buildings here in downtown Lafayette that have been renovated and kept up, and there is business on the main floor and apartments, lofts, condos on the upper floors. That is actually a charming little barber shop there on the corner. As we start to head up the hill, we are getting to the edge of the downtown Lafayette neighborhood, heading north on 10th Street, and you can definitely see we are getting into a little more residential feel on the edges. And as we go down 10th Street and actually head up towards 11th Street, you'll definitely feel it is more of a residential than a commercial area. The commercial core of Lafayette is definitely between 1st Street and 9th Street, between South Street and Main Street. Not exclusive, but that is the commercial core of the neighborhood for sure. Virtuous Bikes on the right that we just passed there. Go support them if you're a cycling enthusiast. Local bike shop. Take care of you really well. And we're going to make the right to head east on Ferry up to 11th Street, where we're going to end our tour. I'm Jeff Gooch, your local Lafayette realtor. If this video has been useful to you, if you would be interested in home here in the Lafayette area, please feel free to reach out. You can reach me at 765-413-6190 or Jeff, and it's GEOFF, at russellteam.com. And all of my information is in the video below. Please like and subscribe. We love hearing from our viewers. We love hearing from our subscribers. Drop a comment down below. Let us know how you've enjoyed this tour. Let us know what other neighborhoods in the Lafayette and West Lafayette, in the greater Lafayette area, that you would like to see.